Yeah. It's double H, double to the H. I just thought, that I do this whole news roundup segment, just for something for you just to kick back. Whether you're coming home from work or you just want to just to chill out, something nice and relaxing to listen to, and unwind as I go through the daily movie news. Because I just want to just keep content going on around there, just to offer some more stuff to you talk smackers out there and the general public out there, trying to educate people. So yeah, I mean, I just want to just go straight in now. The first bit of news that we have here is, let's see, yes, this Megan Fox, obviously she's been ousted as the what's it called, as the role of Michaela or Salila or whatever exotic name they want in Transformers, and Rosie Huntington Whiteley has been given the role, and Victoria's Secret, if your whole model thing with the whole lingerie stuff, it looks alright, released a congrats video. I'm gonna say straight up, I haven't watched the video. I didn't even click the link because I don't give a damn. I'm just thinking that Bay is really this has gotten so far, because I've been trying to ignore this whole Bay Farms thing. It's okay, I'm gonna run it to the ground. I'm just gonna try and ignore it, but you now have a Victoria's Secret model who I know for a fact has not acted ever in any film of any worth in her life, and because Michael Bay wants to obviously get close to her, maybe have a secret affair with her, he casts her in the film. Because I heard Gemma Arterton was actually in the running, and she's actually a proper actress. She actually does act, but they chose a Victoria's Secret model to be in this. I mean, Bay is not that. So if I saw Bay, I'd punch him so many times in the face. Like, I don't even want to know. I mean, I don't want to condone this kind of violent behavior on the net, but don't put me in a room with Bay because it could be very violent. Because the guy, I mean, he makes me sick. Bay makes me sick. I mean, what he's doing with this whole Transformers thing, it makes me sick, and I will not be kept quiet. I will say from now till Kingdom Come that Bay is an idiot, and I'm gonna find him, and I'm gonna bring that man down. I don't care. Who cares? I'm just one man. I'm just Double H. A double H, green, white, and green. But I'm gonna bring this man down. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna bring this man down because he's an idiot. He's a fool. He is bringing in models, people who have nothing to do with film, into films because he's such an idiot. That's why, he's such a fool. So I don't care what Shia LaBeouf has to say about how this is much better than anything like that. I don't care. This project reeks. And it's ironic because this is a project that actually gave birth to Talk Smart. But this project, it reeks. It makes me sick, And Bay, man, I mean, seriously, no, that guy is just, he's mad. He's truly mad. The next piece of news, The Hobbit. Look, man, I mean, I do not know what's happening with this whole Hobbit thing, really, because, I mean, I thought that, really, I mean, if Del Toro was really the man to do this thing, so I don't know what's happening with it, why he's not doing it, why it's been cancelled and everything, but really, I mean, Del Toro was really the man to actually do this, because obviously the guy has very good artistic sense. I mean, I may not like all of his films. Pan's Labyrinth I thought was very weird, unnecessarily dark film, but artistically, he's got a very good artistic eye. Same thing again with Hellboy, a very good artistic eye. So it would have been a lot more interesting if he gave his own spin on the whole Lord of the Rings world, rather than, because I mean, if Peter Jackson does okay, it's going to be good, but I've seen what he does. I want a different spin on this whole thing. I think, like, for the Hobbits as well, it would be interesting to see how Del Toro brings his own artistic sense into that story. So I really don't know why. I mean, for a guy who's been working on this thing for so long, why he's walked away from it, it just makes no sense. It just really, really makes no sense whatsoever. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, see, the whole thing with the whole, I mean, I'll say straight up, I'm not really excited about the Hobbits. I'll put it straight up. Okay, people say, oh, Double Edge, man, why not excited about the Hobbit, man? Lord of the Rings, man, blah, 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 one to. The Lord of the Rings was great cinematic experience. It's a great cinematic experience. On DVD, not really that much so, really. I think it's really a cinematic thing. But I just feel like if depth-wise, when you go to the real core, there's nothing really in there to take away from me in Lord of the Rings. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I've never been a Star Wars fan, but I feel like if Star Wars, not the prequels, but Star Wars, the original, it gave you a lot more to work away with. Same thing with The Matrix. Same thing when you have with Blade Runner or Back to the Future. But I think the Lord of the Rings, it's something that's just like, it's a spectacle. Like, oh, wow. Same with Avatar. Like, I didn't walk away with anything new with Avatar. Just that, wow, it was like an amazing cinematic experience, a very unique, magical experience, but you don't really walk away with any revelations like movies, So yeah, I mean, really, I mean, I can't really say I'm excited about this, but I feel that, Del Toro would have been the ideal choice to do this whole thing. Because I mean, obviously there's Burton, there's Ridley Scott there as well. There's possibly Mr. Pie guy. Then my name escapes me, aka The Fountain. There's him as well. So, I mean, there are guys out there that could, artistic directors who could be, worthy replacements for Del Toro. But I just still think, I mean, for a guy who was working at that thing for so long, I'll be interested to see what was really the cause for him to leave. Because it's strange where you're working for something for 2 years, you relocate your whole family to a certain place, you basically, readjust your life just for a project, and then it just stops. I mean, very interesting. Now, to some next piece of interesting news. We have another remake on our hands. Yes, and obviously, I just want to give a shout out to firstshowing.net. I mean, this is trust me. I mean, if this is a site that I recommend, where I get most of my movie news from, www.firstshowing.net. Top sites. Forget Latino review. There are idiots there. Firstshowing.net. The Crow reboot revealed. Casting is on the way for the Crow. You see, people just won't get it through their skulls. They won't get it through their heads. Something like the Crow, that thing was an iconic thing, and obviously it was unfortunately linked into the whole Brandon Lee thing, aka Bruce Lee's son, and this whole death. But even that, I mean, there was just so much surrounding that film, and obviously what it did. Obviously the backstory to it, but also it's the visual sense of it, and everything about that film was, this is just something that is in and of itself. You can't remake it, you can't improve it. It just is. It exists for what it is. The Crow is just the Crow. So it's like because this whole remake thing, I mean, it's ultimately futile, because people say, okay, they want to try and trying to be a lot more cautious, because they don't want to take too many risks. So by not taking risks, you're now going with a known property to then bring in the audience and hopefully get your 150 mil. But what these guys don't get is that this thing ultimately it's ultimately won't work, because guys will be like, people will, because there have been so many bad remakes, and now the whole remake title has such a bad, is not really gaining rapidly a bad title that, like, if you see a remake, it normally means it will be worse than the original. So the average people that you're promoting this remake to are slowly getting turned off, because I'll tell them now that if you see a remake on that thing, don't watch it, because it's going to be worse than the original.